the offense isn't drastically different. I think there's different faces up front, and when you replace 3 offensive linemen that played for 3 seasons, I think it's going to take a while. I hope we're going to get a little bit better each practice and each game, and we'll find out that on Saturday. I think Eastern's Washington's strength is probably their defensive line. So our O-line will be in for a big challenge, no question about that. And then I also think that in the second half we were forced to throw the football, and I compliment our O-line on pass protection. They really did a nice job again for having, I'd say 3.5 new, because Opie changed positions is a whole different situation for him. But other than the last play of the game when the ball was knocked out, we had really solid pass protection. Well, the reason that we and I brought him back was that he had done everything we had asked him to do in his agreement with us as a football staff and a football program, and deserved to play because of that and because of his practice habits. Scout team player of the week before. I think he brings a lot to our defense and deserved the opportunity to play. And he didn't play a whole bunch of plays, but we hope that he'll play a little bit more each game. Yeah, and I actually thought he played fairly well. There was a couple calls that did not go our way or his way, and whether you agree with them or not, they were called. So I thought he played very aggressively, and that part of football you don't want to take away from somebody, as with Tyler Hobbs on his 2 personal fouls when he bumped into the quarterback per se, and those are things you don't want to take their aggressiveness away. However, they do have to learn when to pull off, and each crew is going to be a little different. So we just have to be very careful, because to me that's what changed some momentum and stopped some momentum from us and allowed them to get some life. And that was unfortunate, because I think the outcome could have definitely been different without 11 penalties. Well, he's pretty fired up, no question about that, and he's ready to go home, and I think let a lot of people see what type of player he has evolved to, and he is an outstanding player for us and becoming an outstanding leader as well. And I think that's pretty exciting that he can go out and show not only his family but a lot of his friends. And Aaron Roberts, unfortunately, will not be able to go and play, and he had a great camp last fall, and unfortunately he's been injured ever since, and he's from that area. And the Poole family, longtime Grizzlies, their son's with us as a redshirt, so he'll be over cheering for us. But we really like that area, as far as we really have called that in our recruiting efforts Montana West, and that's how we would like to approach the recruiting and really get some quality players out of that area, and we're going to work that area hard. Same thing I said last week is sustain drives, and that's the ability to run the football. There's no question about that. We got to improve upon that, and we hope that situations arise that we can do that we're not in a catch-up mode or a field position mode type of thing. And that was another big issue that hurt us, was our field position. We just didn't get any help with the kicking game. Actually, from the first kickoff, they returned it back to the 50-yard line, and then our punting game was horrid. It was bad. So we need to improve that part of it and help our defense, and those are things we're definitely working on. Well, going into the fall camp, both of them have deserved the opportunity to play, and I think it's been a situation where we have had some turnovers, and they've played well at times, and they've both not played well at times. So that's a little bit frustrating for the continuity of, again, keeping drives alive per se. And when Justin did march us down the field, obviously he deserved the opportunity to be in for that 2-point play, and the ball did sail on him, and that was extremely disappointing, because that there's a lot of plays that could have gone differently, but that one was one that we had the right call, which isn't always easy to do in a 2-point situation. you don't know how they're going to come out and defend it. And we had Jabin wide open, and the errant throw was a tough one. There's no question about that. But as we've always said, they both are deserving to play.
Well, you've got to remain gap accountable on defense. Everyone has a gap, and you have to stay in it. And when we do that, we've got a great chance of getting that initial guy in a one-on-one shot, and after that, it's just pursuit. And he's a great athlete, great speed, good moves, and power. So it's going to be a big, big challenge, and we're just going to have to pursue him and really get after him. I think you get a better look from the scout team, because when they get to run a traditional offense, they're a little bit more comfortable as well. So I think that helps, and it's just it's back to more like they're not a lot unlike us playing all spring and fall. So it's just kind of back to normal football, I guess you could say.
I think the wide receivers, we're just coming along as, players who know their roles, I think that throughout the hard work this summer, it definitely paid off, especially in the Cal Poly game, just, working techniques and just doing everything that our coaches are telling us to do. And I think that everybody is really starting to buy in on the fact that, we want to go somewhere as a team, and we're gonna do everything to our full ability to be one of the best receivers and receiver crew in the nation. What our coaches have been telling us is they're a drop back team, cover two. So we're just gonna definitely try to exploit the weaknesses in the cover two. So it's definitely gonna be a challenge, but we're definitely gonna be studying and ready to go. Most definitely, last year when I was a freshman, I went there, and you would think you were at a Montana game, seeing all the maroon shirts there, and it was unfortunate I got hurt. I think it was like the second quarter or something like that. It took me out for like 3 weeks, but I'm anxious to get back over there, and I have a couple family members that live over there too. So I just want to go out there and be perfection. Do everything perfect. Try to be at least. We're really fired up as a team, ready to go this Saturday. That's for sure.
Coach, is there any advantage? Last Saturday was a case where obviously I didn't play my best game. I was struggling with some stuff, and Justin came in and did a great job. So I think it's a great deal having two guys that can really run the offense and do well doing it. There's always going to be that feeling, but at the same time you have to play confident. You can't play just to stay in the game. And but I think it's a good competition. We push each other, and on either night any of us can have a great game. Yeah, I think it was really evident down at Cal Poly. Obviously, Jabin stepped up and had a great game, made some big catches. And, not to say Sam also had some big catches, and as did Antoine Mutra, especially on some third downs. So it's really exciting to see those guys come into their own. And, it's been the talk all offseason, how are we going to replace Mark Mariani, Ty Palmer, and our tight ends? And these guys have really stepped up, worked hard, and it was evident down at Cal Poly. We have had a lot of success since I've been here. Haven't been around too many losses in the regular season. I can remember at Iowa my freshman year as a redshirt, which is a little bit different at Weber my sophomore year. But I think looking back to that sophomore year and that loss at Weber State, it was a real positive for our football team. It kind of got us focused, kind of got us going again. And I think if you look back, I remember the very next game after our loss was at Eastern, and we came out and had a good game and took care of business over there. So obviously after a loss there's a lot of work to do. So we need to have a good week of practice and have a great improvement all over the field. And we're excited to get another chance on Saturday. I think so. I think a few days after, I think our team has responded real well to the loss. Obviously, anytime you lose, it stings. It hurts a little bit. But even right after the game, we said we got to move on. It's over. It's in the past. Move on to Eastern, look to improve, and we can't worry about what happened at Cal Poly. We just got to focus on Eastern and what's going to happen this Saturday. Yeah, I went in yesterday and sat down with Coach Smith for quite a while, and we looked at a bunch of different cut-ups. And the biggest thing for me right now is just going back to fundamentals. I haven't been very accurate, on some plays. Other plays have been better in the first two games, and I think a lot of that goes back to fundamentals. And thrown off my back foot a little bit, so it's going to be a big focus this week to work on that and work on making sure I'm stepping into those throws and just try to eliminate the mistakes. Obviously I've had 4 turnovers in the first 2 games, and that's just unacceptable at quarterback, and it showed at Cal Poly. You turn the ball over like that, especially for a pick 6. It's a big momentum change, and that one's on me, and I got to improve to fix that. But I'm ready to go to work. I'm excited about this week, excited to have another chance out there and try to improve and really work on those fundamentals and come out Saturday and play my best game. It's still Grizz football. Losses are going to happen. No team is perfect, and they're going to happen. And I think the big part is how your team responds. So we have a big challenge ahead of our football team, and to see how we'll respond to a loss. And obviously we have a young football team with a lot of new faces, and a lot of the guys around here haven't been around too many losses, including myself and even all the seniors. So it's a big challenge, and it's all about how you respond.